I just saw the words in big bold red letters, leaving in 30 minutes. No! I almost missed it. Thankfully, we're good. We are good. We departed Beirut on an Ottoman Gayak airship, or Gayak, whatever. The envelope was painted all over with an interlocking geometric patterns which continued into the corridors inside. I could feel the rumble of the engine below my feet, louder than I was perhaps used to. The Gayaks were coal gas rather than steam-powered, a useful feature since so much of Ottoman land was desert. His health should be okay. Let's figure out more information. Yeah, let's ask about this route. You can get to Riyadh from Hayil by the Caravan of Lady Blunt. And then going from there... I wish there was an easier way to move around the map when you're talking. You can travel by private car from Riyadh to Manama. So I just opened up a new path for us, continuing further east. I guess I should actually look ahead a little bit first before I actually converse. That way I know, like, when I'm asking about routes, if I'm actually asking about the route I'm interested in, or I'm asking about a random route that actually won't help me. That's what I was concerned about. Thankfully, I got a good straight line going there, so yay. I locked in on the control room. More spacious than the European standard, but similarly arrayed with altimeters, gas valve controls, inclinometers, and gyroscopes. I cleared my throat. The crew ignored me resolutely. "Excuse me," I said loudly. One of the crew looked over. Can I help you?" Or, "Can I help you?" That's not even passable French. I'm sorry to all the Frenchmen out there who are watching my videos. I am doing a very strong disjustice to your culture, to your language, and to France in general. I am sorry. So sorry. What can you tell me about Hayil? Not much. It's a much nicer place than others around here. What's the best way across the desert? Camel. Nothing else travels in the desert. Apparently there are no airships. Shit. Did I just put myself in a bad situation because I'm going to have to travel by camel? That's going to take forever. And the heat. I'm going to be worrying about my guy's health the entire time. I sighed. A low buzzer began to sound, and the captain began barking orders as we descended. The crewman excused himself, and I paced the observation deck until we docked at our destination, the desert settlement of Hayil in the Al Rashad Emirate. Do you want another one? Get rid of that. Get that. This olive oil might be useful. Oh. Yep. Whoa. Alright, we need to figure out a battle plan. They're at day 16 and they're right here? Wow, they're kicking my ass. They have less money than me, but they're kicking my ass. But it's also nice to see that there's people actively playing this. Alright, so... I'll continue this route. Wanna go to... Riata? Yeah, let's see. Negotiate. Fine with that. Departs tomorrow at 1 p.m. I need to start cutting the time down, and I have enough money where I can do that. And I can travel to Manama by private car after that, so... Then I'm going to have to really explore and figure out where I can go. Maybe I can get to Dubai. Dubai sounds like it would be a good place to go to. Also, I can sell this olive oil in Riyadh, so... I think we have a plan. I think we have something established here. I hope so, anyway. God, I hope so. Hale was the capital of the Al Rashid Emirate. I called it Rashad. Crowned by the newly constructed Barzan Palace, a grand structure over 3 stories with lush gardens flourishing amidst the sand and dust. Its charm surprised me, though it should not have, I suppose. Why should a palace not be beautiful? Barzan Palace, unusually for edifices of its sort, did not dominate the town, but sprawled gently into a bustling soak. Traders from all lands and sects intermingled easily under the protection of the progressive emir, Talal bin Rashid. Horse trader. Horses would go faster than camels. Let's see. I was surprised to see a woman speaking with him in Arabic, dressed in the white flowing robes of a Bedouin man, complete with a kufiya wrapped in a little bit like a bonnet. Oh god, that went over my head a little bit. I'm not very worldly intellectual. Like, I'm not familiar with some of these things, so I do apologize. Again, I just seem to be doing that a lot just because I'm worried that I might be, like, embarrassing myself and also doing an injustice to all my cultural and worldwide viewers out there. A little bit of that is at the back of my head, so try to understand from my point of view. So she was looking critically at a cremello of about 16 hands. I was more focused at the long-necked bay further back, and the woman moved a little closer. You have a good eye. She has a perfectly formed mitbe, long and flexible, she said approvingly. She had that particular nasal tone of the English aristocracy, and I was not surprised when she introduced herself as the Lady Anne Blunt, or as she called herself in these parts, Anissa bint London. I am Passepartout, I declared. I am going around the world. She nodded, curious, but not curious enough. I am heading to Rieta by camel train in pursuit of superior horse flesh. I must recommend you come with us, as you are clearly a discerning sort. I'm wondering if that will be faster. I'm not sure. I already have something negotiated, so... I returned to my hastily pitched tent, relishing the prospect of telling Monsieur Fogg of my encounter. Ah! Oh, but it's only... Oh, I can hire an extra camel. Okay. Oh, no! His health is going to go down so fast. Is there something I can do? I don't need this English jacket. Not going to need a jacket for where we're going. Oh, shit. Ah, you decided to come after all. Lady Blunt smiled down at us from atop her chestnut Arabian, bestowing a smile upon me, but reserving a more thoughtful look for Monsieur Fogg. Yes, groom him! His health is going to go down so fast. Eight lightly loaded camels were roped together in a train. We will be traveling fast and hard for Ridea, Lady Blunt announced. The 2 camels at the back are yours. Gentlemen, do not slow us down. I suggested Monsieur Fogg adopt Bedouin Rose, but he all but implied he did not trust my sartorial judgment. Poor master as it was, he remained in his Seville rose suit, woolen socks, leather shoes, and cravat. I wondered with some trepidation how we would fare in the desert. Very poorly, I will just put it right there. Seriously. I'm just looking out for my master, come on. You can't be pissed at me for that. I asked him again to adopt the robes, but alas was again rebuffed. By mid-afternoon, however, he had accepted a length of thin cotton to cover his head and protect his mouth from the constant sand-flecked wind. The less said about the travails of this day, the better, though I at least was sensibly attired for the endeavor. My relationship with him has strengthened. Thank God. Lady Blunt trotted up to... I didn't get to groom him in time. Trotted up to us during a rest break, looking at us with the same easy superiority with which Cassida, her chestnut mare, regarded the other camels in the train. She offered me some water from her skin and spoke a few bolstering words about how well I had borne up in desert conditions. We'll make a Bedouin of you yet, Passepartout, she joked, while privately I remained rather sceptical. One of the other camel riders gave an almighty shout and threw his skin onto the sand. A glistening black scorpion crawled on top of it. Without a moment's hesitation, she leapt from her horse, kicked the scorpion away from the canteen, and crushed it beneath her leather boot. She is a remarkable woman, I observed, who merely raised one eyebrow in cool agreement. Lady Blunt remounted her mare and called to the caravan to move on. I shook the sand from my scarf and girded myself to continue our journey. Oh, Fogg had a thing for her too. That's why our relationship went down. He's a little bit pissed that I'm eyeing up a woman that he might be intrigued by. Groom you. I'm trying my best, damn it. His health is down so far, I'm gonna have to stay at this town to let his health get better. I know we're kind of like racing to get to the London in day 80, but I really don't want my master to die. As much as I joked about it earlier. Black comedy at its best. Khalid, the rider in front of me, was clearly far more experienced, for he managed to twist himself round and wave when the scalding wind died down. You are Anissa bin London's cousins, he shouted in passable English. Is that what she told you? I asked, wary of contradicting whatever story Lady Blunt had concocted to explain our appearance, though to my relief, he shook his head. It is just, your friend has the same look about him, very, Let's not piss off my friend. Yeah, I figured. No, that's not it. More like, and then proceeded to make a variety of impenetrable, energetic mimes of Camelback. We nearly fell off our camel several times and laughed a significant quantity of sand into our lungs in the process. Though we never did quite find Khalid's word, it did not feel like a day wasted. Oh my god! God, his health is dropping so fast. We are really going to have to, like, rough out. We're going to really have to rough it out and probably stay a few days here. I really don't want his health going down any further. This is getting into dangerous territory. The road between Hail and Riyadh was not paved, but was well marked and provisioned with caravanserai and permanent settlements that clearly relied on the pilgrim trade. I remarked on how busy it was to Khalid, who raised his eyes to the sky. I kind of like Khalid better at this point. Once, he told me, you could not spit a date stone for the number of pilgrims on this road, but the Ottomans change everything in their path. Surely they respect the pilgrims, I interjected, aghast. They share your religion, do they not? Oh yes, my friend, Khalid agreed, which is why we are making the pilgrimage easier by building a railway line from Damascus to Mecca. Pilgrims are now traveling by steam train rather than camel. I feel like a steam train would be better than camels, so I'm kind of going against what I was talking about in terms of like this automated stuff, like relying on more like steampunky sort of technology in favor of my guy's health. So yeah, that is great progress. The battalion must embrace the modern world, Khalid agreed, shining with pride. That is the way of things, the old gives way to the new. Don't you fear Ottoman control? I wondered aloud. If there is a railway, they can bring soldiers and men to Arabia much more quickly. He considered my point, but disagreed. You make a good point, but fuck you. Better the Ottomans than the British. My people have a chance to take our place in the modern world, my friend. Khalid seized my shoulder. We must stand up or be trampled. That is the way of things. And we finally made it. Fogg's health is horrible right now. If I didn't groom him so many times, he'd be near death. Good thing I had the mindset to do that, I guess. I cannot deny that I looked forward to easing myself from camelback with the sure knowledge that I would not be called upon to mount again the next morning. Their hairs are thick and surprisingly sharp, capable of poking through even the most sturdy of woolen trousers. That is all I will record about the subject. Ah, there we go. As we reached the outskirts of the town, Lady Blunt unroped her mare and dropped back to bid us goodbye. Oh, I missed the part where I gave Fogg a sip of water. My grandfather wouldn't have liked you, Passer Perdue, and that is a rare compliment. He liked few people. I could believe it, given that her grandfather was Lord Byron. Mad, bad, and dangerous to know, as the London wits put it. Good luck on your future travels, as she said primly. I doubt we shall meet again. Khalid, rather more practically, gave me the name of his uncle in Riyadh, and so armed we entered the small town of pale, sand-smoothed buildings on foot. Whew. We made it.